Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. These are the bed sides or box sides for the 1949 Chev half-ton truck. It's originally a short bed step side. That's the truck that we painted a custom root beer color metallic, and we've done quite a bit of work on the cab, the fenders, the engine, the front end. So now we're focusing a lot of our attention now on the bed side. So when we received this truck from our client, it had the original short bed panels, and then it also had, they sent us these long bed panels. So basically, to save on time and the amount of work required, the short box sides were extensively damaged, extensive corrosion, and I would say unusable. And I hate to say that because we tried, at Last Chance Auto Restore, we try to salvage and keep as much things as original as we can. But they were too far gone. They had too many dents and cutouts and pieces missing. So basically, not too many people are aware of it, but this 1949, this long bed, which we've already cut down, if you do the proper measurements, you can modify or change a Chev or GMC long bed truck to a short bed. Now, it's not easy, but for us it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to share with you what we've done here. So essentially, this is the passenger side of the box side of a 49. So we have our original stake pocket in the rear. There's the cutout at the back for the tailgate, and then the camera person can pick it up. This is where the rear fender bolts on. So we have these holes. This would be the back of the fender, and then it comes around, and this is the front of the fender on this pickup truck. So this is the front part. The stake pocket is the front part of the passenger side, and then the cab would be here. So on a long bed GM truck, the side panels, they have an extra pocket on a long bed. We've already cut it or trimmed it off. So a long bed truck in 49 is approximately 11.5 inches longer than a short bed. So what we did is we took the exact measurement and we measured from the back to the front, which is closer to the cab, and we've cut it off. We've literally shortened that side of the box. Once we cut it to the exact location we needed to have it, we took a stake pocket, for example this one, which was here, because it's a long bed, it has an extra one. This piece would normally be from here roughly 12 inches away. So we drilled out all of the factory spot welds, and we removed the front stake pocket. We trimmed it to the length we need it to be at, and then we prepared this piece, and you can see where we've welded it back in. We have our, all of the welds here were the original factory spot welds that they did, and up here. So we've welded it back in the proper location. Then you can see we have these larger holes, and they're through the panel and the stake pocket. The reason why we have those holes is because there's a panel at the very front that's behind the cab that gets bolted on either side. So now we have, we've converted this long bed to a short bed, and then we have all the correct holes. Now once we have that done, we have a stake pocket that does not belong. So we drilled, and you can see here, we've drilled all of the factory spot welds out, and there's several of them, and it's thicker metal. So we removed that, and then we had holes. So now what we have done is we've welded all of those holes shut, and then our next step is we'll grind all of these welds smooth, and then we'll sand the rest of this bed side. You can see now if I get out of the way, it's in quite decent condition, and you cannot tell the difference. When we have the welding or the grinding completed, when you assemble the fender and bolt it together as a unit, this is now a short bed truck, and you will never know it was converted from a long bed to a short bed. Now, something I'd like to point out or share with you, back in the day when General Motors were building these trucks, they never thought about how long they're going to last and worry about rust too much. And this you can see there's, it's shiny now, and you can see there's some of these little divot marks. I think the camera can probably pick that up. It was extensively rusted. It was all surface rust behind where this pocket sat. And then if we flip this over, the camera I'm sure can pick it up, all of the rust. And if you look closer, there's never been any protection. So when the factory assembled these beds or box sides, and that's why there's so many corrosion problems on these older trucks, they never thought about treating the back side of any pre-assembled panel. So they had these stake pockets made. They wouldn't do anything to protect them, and then they basically just, same thing here, it's bare metal. So anywhere in the location where there are stake pockets, all they would do, it would be bare metal. They knew exactly, because they would mark them where they needed to be located. They would set them in place, bare metal against bare metal, weld them in, send them down the line, and then later they would prime them, paint them, and they're done. But over time, and that's why so many of these bed sides rot out, is because they never protected the back sides. So what we do at Last Chance, after we do all the fabrication and the welding, once we sand and grind this all smooth, before we put that side pocket in, we had applied a special weld-through zinc primer to the back of this pocket and also to the panel. So then when we go to weld it in place, it's protected, both the back panel and that. So it's an important detail. So this stake pocket we don't need, but this bed side is in really nice shape now. So we'll continue to share with you, because we still have the other one to work on. And then what we're going to do is we'll pre-assemble this box. So we're basically converting a long bed box side for a 1949 Chev truck to a short bed and using the best panels. And then just beside us you can see we have an authentic or an original Chevrolet. You can see the original lettering. We sandblasted this tailgate, and it's very usable. And you can see here where we have 4 welds. Someone had drilled quite large holes in it, and I'm assuming they had a license plate bolted to it. So we filled in those holes. We'll grind them smooth. We'll do some sanding and prepping, and then what we're going to do is we're going to repair this original 1949 tailgate, and we'll be using it. I'll just set this snake pocket down. So we'll be using this tailgate on our 49 custom truck. It has quite a few dents along the top rail and along the bottom, but there's nothing like an authentic. The quality of this tailgate, being original tailgate, all of our seams and our punches out for the punches or stamping with the lettering is very, very nice. So I quite like this tailgate. So we'll be using that for the 49, and then we'll give you some more updates as we continue with this bedside. So I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.